Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope your week is off to a great start so far. Today I wanted to sit down and talk to you guys about some new makeup releases. I feel like it must have been a while since I've done one of these because I was looking through all of the new makeup releases and there are so many. There are some eyeshadow palettes, some cheek products, actually a lot of cheek products, and a few other things. So I wanted to let you guys know what I'm planning on picking up, what I'll be skipping over. I am testing out some new makeup today. I've been slowly testing out everything that I picked up during the Sephora VIB sale. It's taking me a while. I originally wanted to do a video like testing everything out, but I got multiple products in the same category, so I think I'll probably just do like a follow-up haul and try everything on for you. I am wearing the LYS Triple Fix Serum Foundation. I have the shade LG6, which I feel like is a pretty good match for me. I think I like this. I mean, I'm going to have to see how it wears throughout the day, but I've been going for more of a medium coverage foundation because it covers redness but allows your skin to show through. So I do have some breakouts on my chin. I feel like I covered those pretty well, but you can see the freckles on my cheeks, on my forehead, and I like it. I hope it lasts well because that's usually what I look for in a foundation. I'm also wearing the Kosas Baked Bronzer, which applies so nicely. It's just very lightweight, really natural. I have this Makeup by Mario gloss in the shade Rose Nude on, and then I have some ColourPop Super Shock shadows. So I've just been having fun kind of incorporating things slowly and really thoroughly testing them out. So I haven't been buying a ton of new makeup lately because I feel like I reviewed a lot of new makeup in April. So I think in May I'll kind of focus on what I have, but there are just a couple of things I'm planning on buying, which I'll share with you guys right now. So let's start with eyeshadow palettes. There is a new Natasha Denona palette coming out, which always does make me excited, and I feel like it's so hard for me to get excited about eyeshadow palettes lately, just because every single time I see a palette, I feel like it's been done before, but usually Natasha Denona does something a little bit more interesting with her palettes, or her formula just really is so good. It always looks really pretty on the eyes and I enjoy using it. So this one is the Zendo eyeshadow palette. It's one of her midi palettes, so it's going to be the same size as Bronze, Glam, Sunrise, and Love. It's $65. Personally, I'm really excited to see her going back to this $65 palette because her last release, Circo Loco, was so pretty, but it was her full-size $129 palette. And I just can't justify the price point. I wouldn't have reached for that one enough. It was like a completely colorful palette. It was so pretty and it gets amazing reviews. But I do like colorful eyeshadow. I have a lot of colorful shadow in my collection. I have a lot of neutral eyeshadows in my collection as well, but these days I feel like I'm willing to spend a little bit more on a neutral palette I'll use all the time if it's something that I love, like if it's a formula I really like, and I do really like her formula. It's funny because when she released the mini versions of Zendo and Retro, a lot of people were speculating that there were bigger Zendo and Retro palettes coming eventually, and I have to say, if she does release a larger version of Retro, I will probably be all over that because the mini Retro is gorgeous. It still tempts me from time to time. I might actually end up grabbing that one, but the mini Zendo didn't appeal to me at all, so I was kind of surprised that I liked the larger Zendo palette. Honestly, when I look at the palettes next to each other, they don't feel similar to me. I feel like the mini Zendo is a little bit lackluster, a little bit dull, and the larger Zendo is really just fun and bright for summertime. So I wouldn't expect to see this based on the mini one. Like when you see mini Love next to the regular Love palette, those coordinate really well, but mini Zendo and the larger Zendo, I don't get it. I know a lot of people do like the mini Zendo. I know Kelly Gooch picked that up and she creates really pretty looks with it, but I have to say I am planning on picking this one up. I love that it is like warm toned, but it also has a nice mix of cool tones because I think it will pair so well with both my bronze palette and my glam palette. I love her eyeshadow formula. I actually picked up the mini nude during the Sephora VIB sale. That has been my go-to. I have used that so much and I'm so glad that I like it because my first experience with her mini palettes were the mini Lila and then also the mini Star, and I just felt like the formula was a little bit inconsistent, so I never tried another mini palette since then, and now that I tried mini nude, I feel like I kind of want to try a few more. Anyway, the Zendo palette is available now for pre-order on Natasha Denona's website, but you can get it May 10th online at Sephora, May 26th online at Beautylish, and then May 28th in stores. So what do you guys think of this palette? Are you planning on picking it up? Do you feel like you have similar shades in your collection? I'm kind of curious how similar it's going to be to Bronze. I feel like some of those warm tones look similar, but bronze is maybe like a little bit deeper, a little bit more red toned. I think they'll pair really nicely together. So I'm excited about that one. I'll definitely do a video on my channel once I get it. Violet Voss just released a new palette. This is the Cool Vibes eyeshadow palette. It's available now at Sephora for $30. They've been releasing a lot of palettes and they haven't been doing it for me, but this one is pretty. It's a cool toned neutral palette that comes with 10 what they're describing as extra large pans. It says that it has a luxurious balance of finishes with everything you need from creamy mattes to ultra sparkling foils. So this is the first Violet Voss palette that I've liked in a long time. I think the cooler toned neutrals are kind of a nice change because when I think of Violet Voss, I think of like bright warm tones. I also think of like hot pinks and orangey reds. And I don't know that they do a lot of those, but that's just what I think of when I think of the brand, not like a cooler toned neutral palette. I love that brands are doing a lot of cool toned neutral palettes these days because a lot of people don't like warm tones. I do love cool tone neutrals. I tend to wear them more in the fall and the winter, but some people prefer cool tones. So it's nice to see a change, a little bit of a shift. I don't think I'll grab this because I do have the Natasha Denona Glam palette, ColourPop, that's Taupe, the ABH Sultry. Those are kind of like my go-to when it comes to cool tone neutrals. That's also why I didn't buy the Mel Cosmetics Mary Jane palette, but I do think it's pretty, and if you're into the brand or cooler tone neutrals, this one might appeal to you. By the way, to those of you that picked up the Mary Jane palette, now that you've had the chance to try it, what do you think? What's the formula like? Is it one of Melt's better palettes or one of their lousy palettes? I haven't watched a ton of reviews on it. I think I watched like one person do a video when it first came out, but I didn't really even think to watch any since then because I wasn't going to pick it up. So I'm curious to know if it's one of their better palettes or one of their more inconsistent ones. I was so excited to see that ColourPop released some new Super Shock shadows for spring. I always get nervous they're going to discontinue their Super Shock shadows, and I love them. That was my first product that I ever purchased from ColourPop. I actually purchased like Super Shock shadows and lippy sticks at the same time because at the time that's all they had. But I remember I had this gorgeous green in the shade Hammered, and I still wear them all the time. Every single week I reach for Super Shock shadows. So they did release some new colors, including neutrals, pops of color. They did send them to me in the mail as PR, but if they didn't, I would have purchased a few. Probably like the bright purple, maybe the periwinkle, and then some of the neutrals. I actually went through and decluttered my Super Shock shadows the other day. I didn't have to get rid of too many, which made me happy. I did notice that a lot of the matte ones were dried out, but I don't really wear the matte ones anyway. I don't know if they even do matte ones anymore, but I did have some in my collection from a long time ago. I just like the shimmers because they look so good on the eyes. Whenever I'm doing my makeup and I feel like the palette is missing like a really good shimmer, I just reach for a Super Shock and it makes everything look so pretty. I swear I'm like the ColourPop Super Shock shadows biggest fan. It's just so good. So anyway, like I said, I got these in the mail as PR. So I'm wearing two on my eyes today. I'm wearing the shade Ladybug, which is pretty, but I feel like it is a little bit more subtle. Typically, I like more of an intense color on the eyes. So after I went in with this one, I did go in with the shade Secret Garden. This one is so good. This is mainly what you're seeing on my lid today. It's just like a really pretty shimmery bronze, and I find that they stay in place all day long for me. I always apply a primer, set the primer with powder, and then go in with these, but I have no issue and they're just pretty. So I was excited about these. So Fenty released a new product. I don't think this is going to be for me. This is their Bright Fix Eye Brightener Concealer. It's available now for $25. So it is an under eye brightener that's supposed to hydrate, brighten, and conceal. It has sheer to buildable coverage. So it's a little bit more natural on the skin, and it's supposed to give you that no makeup effect, but stay in place really well. When I initially saw this, I just felt like it wasn't going to be for me because it does have more of a serum-like texture, and I just feel like this has to crease instantly. I don't know, have you guys tried this out yet? I have pretty deep lines under my eyes. I have for a long time, like at least 10 years. And then obviously the older I get, the more pronounced they are. And, you know, pretty much every product creases on me unless I set it with powder, but some crease worse than others, and typically really liquidy products are going to crease almost instantaneously. It does claim to be crease proof, humidity proof, and sweat proof, but all concealers claim to be crease proof, and if you have creases, they're going to crease. I don't know, I just feel like this would be maybe a little bit too liquidy for me. I also don't struggle with dark under eye circles. Like my main concern under my eyes is just wrinkles, so I feel like I usually just want more of like a smoothing concealer, even if it is a little bit thicker rather than a brightening concealer. So I just don't think it's going to be the product for me, but I would love to hear your thoughts if you guys try it out. It comes in 16 different shades. it sounds interesting, and maybe if it gets amazing reviews, I'll try it, but for now, I'm going to skip over it. Dose of Colors is collaborating with Nyma Tang to come out with some really beautiful lip products. These are going to be available on May 12th on the Dose of Colors website, and I love the two sets she did. I actually love Dose of Colors liquid lipstick formula. I would say it's maybe my second favorite. Ofra is my number one. Their liquid lipstick formula is gorgeous. The colors are beautiful. They have so many to choose from. And then after Ofra, I would say either Stila or Dose of Colors. They're kind of tied. I haven't tried a lot of their other products though, or a lot of their other lip products. Their glosses are fine. I do feel like they're kind of a little bit overhyped, but anyway, there are two different sets for $49 each. Each one comes with a liner, a lip gloss, a liquid lipstick, and a classic lipstick. So one set is like a brighter coral set, and then one set is a deeper nude. They're both gorgeous. Like the promo photos are amazing. Nyma is stunning, and I love this. I love that she did a brighter set and then a deeper nude set. I think I might grab the coral one. When I wear lip products these days, I either wear something close to what I'm wearing today, or I've been reaching for this really pretty shade called Stinger from Bite Beauty, which is like a bright orangey red, and I've just been loving it, especially with minimal makeup, so I do feel like this set would be fun to have. I like that it comes with like one lip product from each category, and I just think the collection is beautiful. I would love to support Nyma, so I think I will grab that, and I'll definitely use it on camera. There is a new cream blush formula from Bite Beauty. These are available now on Sephora's website for $32 each, and there are 4 different shades. I've been seeing these all over TikTok lately. I actually saw someone create like a really beautiful ombre effect, which I thought was a really cool idea, and I might try that with other cheek products that I have, but this formula, it's interesting. I can't tell if I would like it based on the TikToks. TikToks are so fast. They're like quick reviews, and I feel like everything always looks beautiful, but I'm curious to know how this actually wears. It's supposed to be long wearing, easy to apply, and blendable. I would say based on the photos, it does look like it is very blendable. It kind of has like a whipped, moussey texture. They sound nice, but I will say when I see people apply them, I feel like they end up looking so sheer. So people probably apply more off camera and build it up, but when I have to apply like multiple layers of cream cheek products, it ends up lifting the foundation and then it looks so bad on my skin. So I don't think I will buy these. It's weird because when it comes to a powder blush, I do prefer more of a subtle formula that I can build up, but when it comes to a cream blush, I like one that has more pigment because I feel like I can sheer it out. I will say based on the packaging, it doesn't look like you get very much product, especially if you have to build it up. Like if it is more of a sheer formula, I could see that you might go through these kind of quickly because once you remove the lid, only half the bottle has product in it. So if you guys have tried these, what do you think? Are they sheer? Do you like them? Do they last on the skin? There are so many cream blushes out there that every time I turn around, I feel like a brand is releasing a new one. And even though I've enjoyed some, typically I do like powder blush more when it comes to like day-to-day wear. So I think I'll hold off on buying any more for a while. Juvia's Place just came out with some new blushes, powder bronzers, and eyeshadows and lip products. They came out with a ton. This is their blushed and bronzed collection. There are 2 eyeshadow palettes for $14 each. Each one comes with 6 shadows. They're really pretty. There are 4 mattes, 2 shimmers, and then they also released bronzer duos and blush duos. So the bronzer duos are $18 each. There are 5 different duos, and then the blush duos are $15 each, and there are only 2 of them. I don't think I've tried any cheek products from Juvia's Place, so I am curious about these. Their eyeshadows are really intense and pigmented, so I wonder if that's how their cheek products are. I kind of want to grab one of those bronzer duos. I like that they're duos because, you know, sometimes during the summertime, you feel like you need something maybe a little bit darker, but you don't want to go out and buy a complete full-sized new bronzer just for that purpose. You could mix the shades together, use the lighter one, the darker one. I think I will grab one of those and try them out. I don't think they're at Ulta yet, but Ulta usually does get the newest Juvia's Place launches, so I'm sure we'll see them there eventually. Okay, I kind of love these new Huda Beauty highlighter palettes. They're available now for $29 each. There are 3 different options. I'm not always a big highlighter palette fan because I feel like highlighters last forever, and just purchasing like one small highlighter is usually enough, but you know, what I like about Huda Beauty is they do smaller palettes for more affordable price points. Like she has larger palettes as well, but $29 for 4 shades is a great deal because a lot of brands are releasing like full-size highlighters for that price point or higher. I was looking around my table for one because it is a mess in here. Tomorrow I'm planning on cleaning this room all day long. I just filmed a ton of videos recently and I didn't put the products away, so I need to do that. But I don't have one near me because I don't have a lot of highlighter palettes in my collection. But anyway, this is supposed to be a highly pigmented mini face palette, and it says that you can use them to blush, low light, or highlight your way to a golden hour glow. So it's a creamy yet lightweight texture, non-powdery. I kind of want to try these out. It's funny, I'm reading the comments on Instagram. A lot of people are saying they hate the packaging. It doesn't, I don't know, it doesn't really bother me, but as for the actual highlighters, they look pretty, so I think I might grab one of those as well. I just think it looks like a lot of fun. Cosmetics is releasing new highlighters. These look interesting because they're cushion highlighters. I hear really good things about her cushion foundation, and recently I picked up an Cosmetics eyeshadow palette and then also a blush, and I've really been enjoying them. So I do want to try out some more products from the brand. I think that her products just look so pretty on the skin. Whenever I see a video or a photo, they look amazing. And there are only 3 shades, but I feel like she did do a good job with the shade range. So I guess a cushion highlighter would just be applied in the same way as like a liquid highlighter. But it says that these are supposed to be ultra sheer. They give a multi-chromatic finish, and they're infused with the same skincare ingredients as her Daydream Cushion Tinted SPF, which I think that's what everyone talks about. But these retail for $30. They will be available on her website on May 16th. I like that it's something a little bit different. I don't know that I've ever seen a cushion highlighter before, but they look pretty. I don't plan on picking these up because I just can't get into liquid highlighters. They don't look as good on me as they do when I see someone apply them. I feel like I'm getting there with cream blush, but I'm not quite there with like cream highlighters yet. So maybe that will be my next step, but for now I'll be skipping over these. I just don't think I would reach for them, even though they do look really pretty. The last thing I want to mention is that Urban Decay is releasing a Prince collection. So they're kind of teasing it, and I mean, based on this photo, it does look like it's going to be a purple collection, but I do feel like Urban Decay, they have a hard time doing like a fully colorful palette. They tend to do like half colorful, half neutral. Their last purple palette was Naked Ultraviolet, which I did like. I thought it was a really good palette, but half of the palette was like toned down neutrals. So I'm kind of curious what they're going to do for this Prince collection. I wonder if it will have some purples and like some deeper smoky tones in it, but I could see them throwing in like a gold eyeshadow, a brown. So we'll see. What do you guys think this collection will include? I could also see them doing like a couple of eyeliners, maybe like a black and also a purple, and then maybe some lipsticks as well. So I'm curious to see what they're going to release. Maybe they will kind of shock us and do something really colorful and intense, but we'll see. I'm definitely curious about that collection as a whole. So anyway, that is all that I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I hope you guys have a great day. I'll see you very soon with a new video. Bye.